We will get you out of here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is Denver Live Free Sports Picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners at professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, we're waiting for James Clark. We've got a search party out for him. Might have to dig him out in the snow there in West Virginia. Maybe we need some. We got anybody who can work on power? Could help him out a little bit over there in West Virginia. Jovan with us, getting ready for spring training. It's Jay Briggs. That's right, spring training. It's just kind of like, like just like in New York when the Giants and Jets are out, they're already talking about spring training. The same thing in Dallas there. And of course, Ryan Bitler with us here, Philadelphia. Same conversation over there. Zawacky, and of course, Millz has a picture of the new coach for Atlanta in a Chick-fil-A. Here's how we'll line it up for this evening. We got Briggs, Young, Burts, Bitler, Clark, Zawacky, and I will close this one out. All right, NBA on the board tonight, 7-game card. Some action on the ice, college hoops as well. So let's get this one underway. Let's welcome in Jay Briggs. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. I'll bring him in right now, see if he's getting ready for his trip to Arizona. Spring training not too far away. Jay, how's it going?
Tony T, what's happening, my man?
What's going on? All right, the sport the Texas Rangers getting ready for spring training. Pitchers should report probably not too far away. We're already January 19th, and of course, they got to get there early. So we go to the NBA tonight. We had a line move. We have some breaking news here in this game because we had it at 6.5 in the board, but we see some movement here. Pacers now laying 8, total 238.5.
Yes, sir. What has happened here over the last 30 minutes to an hour or so is we've gotten the news. So a lot of the injury news all day was up in the air for the Pacers. So Reggie Jackson's out. Mathurin's probably not gonna. Mathurin's still game time decision. Nembhard is out. And Nesmith is still game time decision. But Siakam will be making his Indiana Pacers debut, and it looks like Tyrese Halliburton will be a go tonight as well, coming back from the hamstring injury. Here's the thing, man. Everybody knows I love the Pacers. I've loved what I've seen from Tyrese Halliburton. I've loved what I've seen from this Indiana Pacers team. They're the number one offense in the NBA. I think many people believe this team is just a up and down, shoot a lot of threes type of team, but I'm here to tell you that's not really the case. This team leads the league in points in the paint. This team is, an up and down, we're just going to score more points than you. And I think this addition of Siakam, the player who actually leads the league in points in the paint, a guy who gets up and down the floor, man, I think this is going to be scary. I really do. I think the Pacers have now entered themselves into like the top 4 spot in the East, solidified, and we'll see if they can continue to. They're up 3-1 on Milwaukee for the season already. We'll see if they can compete and make some noise in the grand scheme of things in the East. But for tonight, I think all the pieces come together in Portland. I think their Pacers are just head and shoulders the better team. I think we're looking at a double-digit win here.
All right, Jay says go Pacers here, laying the 8 here against the Trailblazers that showed up. Okay, I talked with Wayne about that game against the Nets. I was kind of trying to push in the direction of Portland because of the Nets' travel, right? They had to go from Brooklyn to Paris, then back to Paris to Brooklyn, then Brooklyn all the way to Portland. I thought that was more of travel than the Trailblazers in that game. How'd you look at it?
The Nets are just a poverty franchise. Is how I look at it. The Nets are arguably the coldest team in the NBA right now. That's a falling knife with the Brooklyn Nets. So, the Portland Trailblazers, they're not a bad team. And, they're going to be able to win in certain spots. I just don't think tonight's one of those spots. I think this is a motivation, hey, look at us type spot for the Pacers. I think they do it big, man. Blow out the Trailblazers tonight.
Simon's dealing with some illness here on the injury report. That's someone they really need here because, as you know, he can he lit it up on the last, I believe, in that last game, was amongst the leaders in scoring with that Portland team. So we'll keep an eye there. Of course, Siakam coming into a new system here, but I can make an argument there. When you're going into a system like the Pacers, you don't need a whole lot of chemistry. You just need a whole lot of cardio, right?
Yep, and that's what he does. Get up and down the floor, and we're going to get you the ball. He's playing with the point guard that leads the league in assists in Tyrese Halliburton, is basically what I'm trying to say. Hallie's the guy that gets you 20 assists in a game. This is going to give him some easy looks. And Siakam and Miles Turner, they have a really good relationship. Miles Turner's a stretch big. He doesn't get the credit he deserves. think this is going to be really scary. I really, really do. And I think the line is indicative of that. I'm laying it.
Yeah, and I'm always kind of, when I hear players, whenever a new team's assembled, it takes some time to develop chemistry. You and I have played pickup basketball. This takes a couple possessions before you want to know what your teammates are doing. I used to hate it when I hear players say that.
Yeah, and the NBA probably more so than any other sport is probably the most easiest to assimilate. You're just hoping. You know what I mean? Now, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, I understand chemistry does, matter. But like here, one game setting against one of the worst teams in the NBA, I think these boys are just going to get up and down. And the NBA now has become more so just an up and down, more pickup style game than probably what it once was. So I think they'll be just fine.
We've kind of received a betting culture now, and I think just for, but mainly for the folks that follow us, we're kind of the savvy bettors, the people on top of things, that whenever we see announcement of players playing and we see an increased line, we kind of knee-jerk a reaction just going the other way and taking the points. How do you see that?
Yeah, and, I could understand that, why somebody might think to do that. But I really, the Pacers, they're a team that I don't think it's going to matter. I think it actually boosts the morale. I really do. And they're a team that we know that they love to score offensively. You know what I mean? So is the line maybe slightly inflated tonight? Maybe. But am I really worried about it? Not really. I really do think the Pacers win by double digits.
It's more of the system where it's, like you said, it's more of the system here, whereas you're just running up and down the court. you find the player. You get your iPads out. You look at the guy, what they can do, and boom, you just plug and play right into the system. That may be the case here with the way the Indiana plays up and down basketball. I have a question here about Indiana here. It's interesting the style they're playing, and they've had obviously success with it. How do you see this system working in the playoffs?
That's a great question. And it's a tough question. I think it's going to be matchup based. So, like I said earlier, they're 3-1 already, or was it 4-1 against Milwaukee this season? I was at the one in Vegas. They're better than I think people give them credit for, but they're young and they're inexperienced. So is that going to be what gets them in the end? Are they going to be, who they remind me of? They kind of remind me of like Sacramento from last season.
Yeah.
I think they're going to give somebody a really tough first round series, and we'll see if they can overcome it and get out of it.
The Sacramento teams that were facing Kobe in the playoffs, those back going 10 back in the early 2000s.
I was really talking about the Kings of last year.
I know. I was talking when you were in elementary school. I was thinking about that Kings team.
I was thinking more of the Kings of last year against Golden State, but I'm not really too familiar. That's Millz' team, the Sacramento.
I know. Yeah, you got to be careful when you get in his lane. He doesn't like he'll hit the horn. He'll hit the horn, man. He'll hit the horn on you.
He sure will.
Yeah, he gets a little road rage when you kind of get in his lane. A little bit.
My man right there.
That's right. All right, here we go. Jay on the Pacers here, laying the 8 against the Trailblazers tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern time. It's the Trailblazers, but it's interesting to watch how this chemistry simulates here with the Siakam in the lineup tonight. Should be interesting to see. And of course, the Trailblazers. I will say this about Portland, and I was really not surprised because I know their history. Because when you got that horrible road trip they came off of, but man, their fans were into that game. I don't know if you saw that Nets game, but they got a home court advantage of the Rose Garden. They've always given Lakers hard time, good or bad teams. But I got to tell you, that their fan base is not like Detroit, not like Washington, where when you suck, they stay away. These fans show up still.
No, yes, and I agree with you. The Blazers, they're not bottom tier in the NBA. Like, they're not that. They're not, like you said, the Hornets, the Pistons, the Spurs. They got some talent on this team, and some nights they're going to show up and win games. And they're okay against the number. You can make money betting the Blazers in certain situations. I just don't think tonight's that.
Not tonight, not this. All right, here we go. That total's shot up too, 238.5. It was 236, 237. But we've seen the total shoot up as well here because this one was kind of coming down a little bit because remember, the Pacers spot here, if I'm not mistaken, is a back-to-back, right? We're looking at a back-to-back in this spot. Yeah, we are looking at. That's the only team in a back-to-back spot tonight too. That's something to look at too. But again, the two players coming in were rested yesterday, so that is significant there. The Pacers laying the 8 against Trailblazers tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, we do have on the board tonight NBA card, 7-game card from the NBA. Lots of college hoops. Also action here on the ice. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, smaller card for me tonight on the premium side. I just have 2 games for my people over there. But what I do have, if you guys want to scoop it up, is my NBA play of the day. That's what we've been red hot on here recently. We're just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. 14, 8-2 last 24, 39, 24-4 last 67. You guys can scoop that play up today, or you can hop on something long term and get every single play that I release over the course of the weekend with college hoops, NBA, divisional round, NFL, little ice, action on the ice. So plenty of action, man. Hop on something long term and let's continue to make some money here at Pick Dogs. Or you can pair me up with one of the great guys here on the show, Tony T, Hot Rod, Jovan, Ryan B, James Clark, Money Man Millz. You can pair me up with anybody, man, and we'll help put some money in everybody.
That's right, guys. Get more Jay Briggs over at Pick Dodge from your secret results in the NBA, but also showing profit NFL, showing profit in college basketball, showing profit in NHL. Look at all the sports going on right now. He's showing profit in all of them. So no better time right now to get that 1-month pass, cover the remainder of the NFL playoffs, all your NBA, college hoops, action on the ice here for 30 days. Pick is a promo code, save that 15% off. But again, for those big ticket bettors out there, Jay, you have an all-access pass.
Yes, sir. I have an all-access club for the guys that love betting the NBA huge nightly. You can text the number 775-636-7674, and we'll figure out a time to talk. I'm not going to lie. It's a pretty high ticket to get in the all-access club. But the way that I've been running, has been recently, you'll get it back pretty much like this. So join the all-access club if you love betting the NBA, and, you'll probably have some pretty nice profits the way we've been running.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Jay and get that all access. It's within your bankroll. Get on board. Yeah, Jay, have yourself a great night. I'm still scratching my head how Memphis got outscored by 20 in that fourth quarter. Did you like that one? Did you like that result?
I was off that game, but I did see that box score. I was kind of scratching my head like, wow.
Yeah, that kind of.
What I did see, I thought I saw your name say weekend show.
Yeah. Tomorrow, yeah, I'm on the weekend show tomorrow. Yeah, I make some appearances on the weekend show. I was never on that Skype back and forth. They just put me on there. So good. I told Mitch, we're talking to Mitch the other day, because you come in, I said, I can make some, if I'm not hiking, cycling, or doing whatever I do, because I do these adventures during the weekend. I don't do them every weekend, and I can't do them back to back anymore. At a certain point, you can't. So so I'll be on Saturday on the weekend shows. Engineered by Jay. Jay will be reverse roles here. I'll be in the big screen. He'll be on the small one. So that's how that'll work.
There you go, guys. You can catch us tomorrow morning as we go through that huge madness tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I got a 5 a.m. wake up call to get ready for it. So I got that. So I got to make everything right, because it's different out here in the West Coast, man. That's an early start, 7 a.m. right, or 10 a.m. Eastern time, right? Do you remember the time? It's not 9:30 anymore.
9:30 my time, I believe, or 9 o'clock my time.
9 o'clock your time. That's right. That's 10 a.m. Eastern time.
Yeah,
that's right. All right, we got it right. We got it right. So we're all set. All right, Jay. Let everybody know what you got going on here with the live shows, and of course all your video series here on the channel.
Hey man, I got a ton of stuff going on here at Pick Dogs. I absolutely love being here with all the guys. You can watch my jam session, drops every day. I cover every NBA game on the card. I'm on the morning show, me, Mitch, and Ruffalo. Romanelli pops in on Wednesday, Costi on Monday and Friday. So those are always extremely fun. And I host the weekend shows as well, as I bring in a lot of guys you see here on the drive-through and throughout Big Dogs that have video series and things of that nature. So tune in tomorrow. Weekend shows are really, really fun. They're a little long, but a lot of great information from the best guys on the planet. Like, they're right here at Big Dogs, man, not just myself. I wouldn't be anything without the guys and crew that I have supporting me and around me. So come tune in with us tomorrow, and let's help you guys make some money.
That's right. Jay, somebody in the chat room chimed. I don't know if you know anything about this, about the jersey winner. Is there a jersey winner announced coming up? or that might be
Okay,
more.
so somebody already won. Somebody won in the thing. It was I already gave it to him. I'm gonna just try to do more contests on the jam session like that. So I told them guys, Tony T, to guess whose jersey I had on today.
Ah,
Yeah, so it's Evan Carter.
there we go. Evan Carter was the man right there. There you go. He got it. Guess the jersey and you win it. All right, Jay. See you on the weekend, man. Have a good one.
Appreciate you, Tony.
You got Jay Briggs here in the drive. So let's continue here on the show. Up next, we're going to bring in Millz Young. Catch him over at Pig Dogs Premium. We'll get some more NBA coverage here from Millz. We'll bring him in right now. Of course, we got that MMA UFC rundown yesterday. You can check the channel for his UFC rundown for coming up this weekend. Pay-per-view action. I'll bring in Millz right now. He's in the Skype role tonight, so let's go to Skype. Millz, what's happening?
What's going on, world? Just trying to get my Jay Briggs on.
Yeah, you know, I was talking about those Kings team, and I forgot that he wasn't around for those 90s teams, those Adelman years.
Yeah, man, the Stojakovic days, Mike Bibby, Jason Williams, the days when the Sacramento Kings had the second best record in the Western Conference. Didn't matter if we injured a player or not. Way better record than the Lakers, and still couldn't get them championships.
Oh, man, one of the biggest bets I've ever made in my life was that Game 7 when Vlade fouled out, and they made that game a pick 'em at the halftime line. I could not believe it. That was a soft line. I remember that fourth quarter, right, when they fouled out Vlade with 17 seconds left in the dramatic Game 6. It was a Game 7, that dramatic Game 7 when they went to overtime. I know it's tough. It's tough for you to remember that, but I stopped.
I remember the game before that one. I remember the Robert Horry series and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Like that. You know what happened? The game that happened after that, it was already a wrap in my mind from that. So once that happened, it was like when my Yankees was up 3-1 on the Boston Red Sox.
Ugh.
And the Boston Red Sox came back and beat us. Like, it's the same thing of that. Like, it was like when the Sacramento Kings was up 3-1 or 2-0 on the Golden State Warriors last year.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. I mean, this is my life as a sports fan, so I'm used to it, man.
It's rough. It's rough.
Man.
Rough. All right, here we go tonight. This is a good matchup here with Suns and Pelicans here. The Pelicans here laying 2. We see the total 237.
Yeah, man. I mean, both these teams right now, when it comes down to it, I think they should be teams that's going to be challenging in the playoffs. You know, they got stars on each teams. You know, you can't go wrong with either side that you pick. New Orleans Pelicans seem like they got the up and comers: Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, C.J. McCollum. Phoenix Suns, though, I mean, they got those boys that just go out on the gym and suit up and, you know, could drop 27 to 35 points to 40 points in any game, any day. When it comes down to it, man, the Phoenix Suns, as of late, 7-3 out their last 10, averaging 120 points. Nothing wrong with that. I think they're holding teams to 114 points as well. You know, so teams ain't able to just put up buckets on them like these other teams out there. I think they only got a few games with all the star players in the lineup together. You know, it's going to take time to see how they actually work out together. But one thing it ain't going to take time to see is, I mean, the boys is hot, right? In the 3-game win streak right now. I'm going to be taking the Phoenix Suns on the money line. Both these teams got players that resemble themselves, players that rely on a one-on-one game. None of these teams are running drills, plays, or anything like that to get the other offensive players going. So it either goes like this. If C.J. McCollum can't hit that 3 or take it off the dribble, he's going to pass it to Brandon Ingram. He's going to try to take you off the dribble and do the same thing. And if not, Zion Williamson just going to dribble the ball down the court and just try to put it in close to the rim. That's the type of game that they play. On the other side, though, the Phoenix Suns, you got sharpshooters out there. Devin Booker, when he ain't getting 7.5 assists, he's pulling up at the 3, can hit those buckets. Sharpshooter in the game. Kevin Durant averaging 28 points on the year right now. You already know what he's trying to do when he gets the ball. Only thing he knows is how to score. Bradley Beal, his player prop is at like 19 to 20 points. That's just bizarre. He was averaging 27 points with the Wizards, and that's where his point prop was at before. And then you got Eric Gordon coming off the bench, draining threes too. I mean, if it comes down to who's going to hit the most shots playing jump ball or around the moon or, Horace, I'm going with the Phoenix Suns in that one. When the Pelicans are cold, they're cold. They're kind of like the Hornets sometimes. When they're not able to score, they look bad out there. If that one-on-one game for those specific players isn't dropping, the Pelicans ain't doing nothing to get the other guys balling and stuff like that. So I'm going to be going with the Phoenix Suns. Look at what they did to my Sacramento Kings. in that last game. They've been a little bit hot since then. The mojo's been going, and they're riding that energy right now. You're giving me plus 2.5. All right, I'll take that too, but I'll take the Suns on the money line.
All right, there you go here with the Millz here. Suns money line twos. There are mostly twos down the marketplace, and that line being so short in New Orleans is telling. But I always talk about in handicapping, or when you're looking at stats, is where do you drop the pin, right? Is it season, the full season, home away? But if you drop the pin over the Suns' 3-game losing streak, and you can make a case for dropping the pin there because that's when the Suns had everybody healthy together, right? And they're out. Actually, when you look at the numbers over that 3-game stretch. Hey, I'll tell you, New Orleans is performing very good over those 3 days, but over those 3 games. But the Suns have been outstanding over that 3-day stretch with a net rating of plus 11. The Pelicans are at plus 8. So basically, during those last 3 games, we're seeing better production here from the Suns unit.
I mean, it makes sense, Like I said, like when it comes down to it, I mean, you had to pick between those 3 players. I damn near think you would pick every single player on the Suns over the best guy on the Pelicans, meaning that if Bradley Beal is your weak option, at your third option, you would probably say that Bradley Beal is better than their first option on the Pelicans, right, Tony?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're looking at these players. I would have to say the way they're performing together with the chemistry.
So on that, like I said, in this one, it's not a spot to overthink it too much. It's 2 talented teams in here. And you're just getting the Suns a little bit because everybody's disappointed in them. They haven't achieved what they have yet. I mean, they're new. They haven't really played together yet. No. That's no excuse though, man. I think point blank, man. When you got Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, to me that should just account for 70 to 80 points. In the games and stuff. But the thing is this: when you got 3 offensive players out there on a 5-man game, and they're not playing no defense. I mean, come on now. It's only going up and down the same way, If you ain't hitting a 3 and the other team's coming, if you hitting a 2-pointer, the other team coming back draining a 3, that's how the game's gonna go. And I think that's what kind of messes up a lot of these teams that have 3 big players in their lineup, to where it's like you can get by with 2 stars on the offense out of those 5, and those other 3 spots being solid and not defended, or playing basic defense. But I think when you got 3 offensive stars on one team, it makes it to where it's really hard to win at a consistent rate.
Yep, no doubt about that. All right, Millz here on the Suns. Money line plus 110, plus 116. Do your line shopping, get the best numbers tonight against the Pelicans. All right, Millz, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, we do have on the board tonight NBA. Let's get to the Skype numbers here. NBA as well as college basketball on the board. Millz having successful numbers here over the past 3 days. Been on absolute fire. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, man, I got my NCAA top shot up there, to get you guys some money today. I got my NBA all-net bet up there as well. And then besides that, I got another NBA play up there. I even put them in a 3-pack for you guys. So if you guys want your best value, get that 3-pack for $35 right there. Besides that, got 2 UFC bets up there, locked and loaded already off the main card for you guys tomorrow. So, I mean, hey, man, the value's here. The time is now. Go ahead and get that 3-day pass, man. If you didn't get it yesterday, hey, now you're going to get everything I got locked and loaded for you on Sunday with my other football bets included. So, I mean, it's the best time to get it. You're going to get all my bets for the day. That's 3 plays to get you paid. I got 2 UFC bets already locked up and loaded on there for you guys to bet now. I'm going to be putting 4 more up there by tomorrow. Besides that, I got plays for the NFL that got you guys going. I got NCAA top shots on there as well that I'm looking at for Saturday's time. So, get that 3-day pass and let's go ahead and get it all day in cash.
3-day pass is the way to roll here. A lot of action from Millz here this weekend. Get on board with Millz. You see the great results over the last 3 days. 456 units of profit. All documented over at Pick Dodge. That 3-day pass includes all the NFL divisional rounds, all the college hoops, monster cards here tomorrow over the weekend, NBA in there as well. And don't forget the UFC pay-per-view coming from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So it's a primetime viewing here. And of course, ESPN card, ESPN Plus. The pay-per-view, if he's in action, Millz just doesn't look at he just doesn't look at just the pay-per-view card. He don't look at the entire card. If he's like anything from the prelims, they'll be there too. So get on board, sign up, use the promo code PICK at checkout, save that 15% off. Multi-capper promotion, add a second capper to that. Even greater value there. All right, Millz, as always, great having you on the show. Thanks for coming to the show today. Have yourself a great weekend. We'll catch up with you next week. But let everybody know really good content you produce with that prop shop, but this very big pay-per-view weekend in UFC, you have your UFC rundown up on the board.
Yeah, man. So right after the drive-thru's done, man, go ahead and check out the NBA prop shop that I got going for you guys today, so you guys can get some plays before those 7 p.m. Eastern games start. And then go ahead and check out my UFC rundown, man. I went over the whole card for you guys. I went back and forth. Some of the picks that I got on there, a little bit of went away from, on 1 or 2 on there. But besides that, everything's solid. Some things do change after you watch weigh-ins. And that just dropped today. So seeing the UFC weigh-ins in there feel a lot more solid than my 2 picks that I already got written up there. But besides that, yeah, man, go ahead. Let me know what you guys are going to be betting on that UFC card too. And hey, if you guys win, I'm going to shout you guys out. If you guys got some player props for me in your guys' game, because I know it's about 167 live viewers right now, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And if you guys win, I'll shout you guys out next time on the drive-thru.
That's right, dude. Make sure you do that. Make sure you like, subscribe. Let's get these likes. You hit the likes, it increases the audience. That means there's more picks in the chat for you guys. So hit those like buttons. Wake everybody up there in the betting community. Get them tuning in here to the drive-thru at this hour. All right, Millz, make it a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Hey, Tony, I got an idea for you real quick.
Yeah.
You remember I used to do hey, if they get to this many likes, I think you and Raj should maybe give them a free parlay maybe off y'all premiums or something, if they get up to a certain amount of likes or something in the comment section. I mean, I don't know. Rod always...
I know. The thing is, when I had a co-host, they were able to track that, but I got 300 scenes on this show, so it makes it hard for me to track it because I got a lot of scenes here with all the graphics, the live odds, and there's even more live production I'm working on. So
I tried, people.
I know he tried. It's just I tried it too. It's just hard to because sometimes I use iPads here to follow the chat and it does not give me accurate likes and stuff. That's the problem. These they're just not written for this for it. That's there's all these. I know the little program. They don't write it properly. So. That's the reason. I can't see the accurate. I can't get the accurate numbers. I'm not seeing the accurate numbers on the likes. I have to go to another browser to do that. So that's what screws it up. All right, Millz. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you next week.
All right, man. Appreciate you guys. Have a nice night. Hit that like button.
Hit that like button, guys. Millz here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. It's now time for Jovan Burts. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Jovan in right now. I think we're set to roll here in just a second here with Jovan Burts. Here we go, Jovan. Jovan, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How are you, man?
I'm doing great. All right, here we go tonight. NBA on the board tonight. Spurs and Hornets here. I think we're going to be agreeing on this one here. The Hornets laying 4.5, total 236.
Yeah, rough matchup between these two of the worst teams in the NBA. But it's like picking the lesser of two evils. So I'm on the Hornets in this one. Last Friday, the Spurs took these boys to the woodshed in San Antonio, won by 36 points, and I think revenge is on the menu in this one. Now, let's call it what it is. The Hornets, they're a bad team, loses to 6 straight, 1-9 straight up in their last 10, and only 2-8 against the spread in that span. But when the other team, which is the Spurs, don't have their best player, Wembanyama, on the court, that frees up a lot of things for a Hornets team who has LaMelo Ball back. It's been a week since he's returned. They got Terry Rozier. They got a few pieces that could do their job. Now they just came off a road trip. It seems like they've been on the road forever. It's like they go on the road for a few straight, then they back at home for a couple, then they go back on the road, and it's the same situation in this one. Because tomorrow they're facing the Sixers, and then they got to go back on the road. So the schedulers, they haven't been kind to this team, this season. And I think this is one of the real spots where they can actually get a win and a cover. So given the circumstances, and they are 7-3 against the spread, against the Spurs in their last 10 matchups. So it's all systems go for for this Hornets team to get a win and a cover.
There we go. Jovan here on the Hornets laid the 4.5 against Spurs. Yeah, the Hornets, 11 of their past 14 games have been on the road. So they've been on the road a lot. That West Coast trip that ended in Chicago, came home for 2, then went to San Antonio, Miami, and New Orleans again. So they've been on the road a lot. we'll make note here that this will be since returning from injury, this will be the first home game for Ball. And I remember early in the season, I was backing the Hornets at home with Ball in the lineup, and successfully.
Yeah, I mean, listen, say what you want about the kid, man. He knows how to play. He knows how to run the point. And they got, that's the whole thing. They have some pieces, but there's been a lot of injuries on this team. Which, I mean, they're not a good team regardless. But I think their record would be a little bit better if he was on the court, if other guys were on the court, and they were all, meshed together, for lack of a better term. So, we're seeing, we still have some injuries for this team, but I think as of right now, this is, the strongest they've been in quite some time as far as like a full unit.
Right, and this from his days in Boston, this Hayward, man, this Gordon Hayward. This guy plays one, he's always hurt. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like,
listen, at this point, he's stealing money. He shouldn't be in the NBA right now, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Collect that check.
Yeah, just collecting that check. It's just incredible here.
And there's rumors that he could be shipped out of there anyway. So.
Yeah, that is true. I would think here if the Charlotte if they're going to go into that rebuild mode, I think a player that can be attractive in the trading deal. I'm going to look at his contract right now. Let's see his contract here. He signed a 4-year deal, and it expires in 2025. So there's one more year on this deal for Terry Rozier, who can put some points on the board. Do you think he may be somebody that moved to the trade deadline? Because I see him all the time in the box scores.
Well, I mean, he's another player that there was on word that he might go somewhere. So I think he's on the trading block also. Between those two players, I think they're both on the trading block. Yeah,
we're hearing a lot of.
He absolutely can help a team.
Yeah,
he did it in Boston. Unfortunately, he hasn't done it. I mean, he's put up the points. Don't get me wrong, but he hasn't, put this team, in playoff contention. But on another team, depending on the team, he could put them, bolster their playoff chances.
That's where the DeJounte Murray is, that their Lakers are looking at him, or Tyus Jones. And they like to go after the Wizard player for some reason, but DeJounte Murray's from a former Spur that went to Atlanta.
Right. I mean, that's a whole nother scenario. But with Murray, I think he needs a fresh place to go, because Atlanta, the atmosphere down there is not a winning culture, and as an NBA player, you can get swept up in everything that goes on in that town. So, yeah, I think he needs a new place to play ball.
There we go.
New lease on his playing career, because in Atlanta that it's not looking up.
No, not at all here. Hornets lay the 4.5 here against the Spurs tonight, top of the hour. All right, John, let's take a look over at Pick Doctrine for tonight's action. Jovan is man. Look at these numbers here for the last 3 days. 2,462 units of profit. That's all documented over at Pick Doctrine Premium. You can verify those by just going to Jovan's handicapper page, Pick History. You'll find it there. All right, Jovan, NBA card with 7 games, lots of college hoops heading to a monster weekend. What do you have going over at Pick Doctrine Premium?
Yeah, I got an NBA 3-pack going. I've been hitting in the NBA this year as a whole, and looking to put a 3-0 night in the association, put it on the boards tonight. Once I do that, I also have a college basketball play that's only for longer term clients. Guys that have gotten the 3-day, the 7-day, the 30-day, and the yearly. So if you've been rocking with me for the longer term, you already know what it is. Been giving you some winners. You know what I mean? Match me with one of the other handicappers for the 2-4 Capital Promotional. I've been running hard at NBA, NFL. We got NFL going tomorrow. We got a full board of college basketball plays that I'm going to have. I usually run anywhere from 14 to 20 college basketball plays on a Saturday. So, it is what it is. I'm a shoot. So we got NFL on Saturday and Sunday. So, hey, it's a whole lot going on this side. Can't go wrong here. Sports Tab Place and Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
Let's get it, guys. You get your money with Jovan. 2,462 units of profit means some monster days, monster weekends. And he says he's in action heavily in college basketball. And, he's got his eyes here on college hoops NBA, NFL. There's only 4 games of handicap this weekend, so great time to get on board. You guys try them out for that 30-day pass. Includes the rest of the NFL playoffs, all the college hoops, NBA for the next 30 days. This will take you well into February, so no better time than now to get on board the long-term pass. Remember the promo code PINK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. You can always try them out for 3 days for the weekend pass and then upgrade on that 30-day pass on Monday. All right, Jovan, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you next week on the drive-thru, but we can always catch your work here during the weekend shows.
Yeah, absolutely. And per usual, I'll be there tomorrow and Sunday morning giving out picks, and I'll be right back here on the drive-thru on Monday.
Absolutely, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so you catch Jovan on the weekend shows and get those notifications. All right, Jovan, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again Monday here on the drive-thru.
Absolutely. Have a great night. Win. And see you on Monday.
See you on Monday. Jovan Burts here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. I thought I had that sore throat knocked out, but it's still lingering here. Let's continue on. No word on James Clark. I don't know where. Like I said, West Virginia is kind of a funky state there because they lose power a lot over there. They get stuck in snow, so don't see him here yet. So he's probably one or the other. It's usually one or the other thing. I get the text from James. Oh, my power's back on. I can come on. So just to see if he's back here. But no James Clark. Let's continue on here. Zawacky up next. Catch him over at Pick Dog. Nope. It's Brian Bitler. Brian Bitler's up next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Brian in right now. I think we're ready to roll here with Brian. Yes, we are here. Let's get him into the screen. Here we go. It's Brian. Brian, what's happening?
Tell you what, ready to rock and roll. It's Friday night. Lots of snow here on the East Coast, but I'm ready to get some winners going through the weekend. We got lots of sports with NFL and college basketball going off this weekend. Just a lovely weekend to make some money, that's for sure. Yep,
it is certainly a great weekend coming up here with the NFL. Of course, the college, the hoops action as well, action on the ice. And, of course, tonight we move into the NBA here with the Heat at home here facing Atlanta Hawks. We see the Heat here going to be laying 7, total 222.
I believe last night the line might have actually jumped to 11.5, though. But for me, for the drive-through tonight, we're going to look at the Atlanta Hawks visiting the Miami Heat. Now, I got to say, this Atlanta Hawks team, they've been my kryptonite all year in the NBA. But tonight's game, they're not going to bait me in. To me, the Heat are going to be the play for me tonight. I'm not going to get scared off by that high line. Heat are off that embarrassing road loss to the Raptors, where the team just struggled offensively, losing that one 121-97. Miami's offense does rank just 26th in the league as far as points per game goes. But this Hawks team, they do score the 4th most in the league, but their defense is kind of shoddy. Miami, really led by one of the best coaches in the NBA, and on paper, Hawks are better in almost every category. But I think the defense is what's going to cost them tonight. I love the Heat to bounce back here against the Hawks team that has been just setting fire to bettors' money all year, including mine. Coming into this game, Hawks 10-30 against the spread this season. Heat are no home cover dynamos, though. But I think they bounce back tonight off that Raptors loss. Heat have covered the last 2 between these two teams. I think it'll be 3 after tonight. I'm going to take the Miami Heat, lay the points.
Lay the points with the Heat. Late news coming in here. Trae Young out tonight, so that's gonna that should be the line. We should be seeing some line movement here pretty soon, if not already.
Minus 11.5.
Yeah. Live odds coming in right now, so we're going to see the ping come in here in just a second. As Trae Young has been announced out in this game, just as Brian came aboard here. So this is going to move here. Yeah, it's on the Miami side. Jaquez is out, but you got your solid unit here of Lowry, Harrell, Butler, and Adebayo in there in that lineup.
Yeah, I was lucky on this one, though. I got in early in the day when it was at 7, but I think it's still at 11.5 now without Trae Young. This Hawks team is just a team that, at points they lay down and just die out there in the court. I think Miami's going to be able to run them up here in a bad spot here for Atlanta. I think Atlanta's on a back-to-back. I think they play tomorrow as well. Yeah, there's a lot of back-to-back tonight. In fact, that Spurs Charlotte team both teams will play tomorrow, I believe, in that one. But yeah, we're going to see this line move here with Heat here laying the points here against the Hawks. This one will be tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, NBA on the board. Brian having a great season in college hoops. Look at the numbers up there; they speak for themselves here. 2,037 units in college hoops this year. That is documented over at Pick Dogs. You can verify those numbers simply
by going to Brian's handicapper page. Check it out there. Everything's verified. All right, here we go tonight. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I tell you what, I love my college basketball. 48, 25, 66% on the season. But what's better is my titanium play, 39 and 13, 75% run. My best bets in college hoops tonight. You get my titanium play over at pickdogs.com, just $25. It's my biggest MAC conference play of the season. Guys, definitely want to check that out. Also have my NFL up for Saturday and Sunday as well. Now's a great time teaming up with one of the all-star cappers at pickdogs.com. Definitely going to be a big weekend as far as profit goes.
That's right, guys. Get aboard with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs. You see the great results here. 2,037 units of profit college hoops for the year. It's all verified over at Pick Dogs Premium. We can go to Brian's handicap page. You can see that as well. Also showing profit for the year. Showing profit here. The last 7 days has been on tear here. 787 units of profit. No better time to get those long-term passes. Remember that 1 month pass covers the entire NFL playoffs, all your NBA, your college hoops, NHL for 30 days. Get on board. Pick as a promo code. Save that 15% off. All right, Brian, as always, we're having you on the show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again on Monday on the drive-thru. We can always catch your video series looking for those contrarian plays as well as weekend shows.
Yep, right after I get off here, I'm going to shoot my 2 contrarian plays that I'm going to put up at pickdogs.com. Make sure you tune in every day. I'll have 2 college basketball winners for you for tomorrow. And then the weekend show, I'll be back on the first weekend in February. I'm doing a little bit of house sitting, dog sitting, so it's going to prevent me doing the morning. But definitely look forward to hanging out with my friends in the next couple weeks or so. Very
good, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit those notifications so when Brian is on our live shows and he drops those videos, you get them right away. All right, Brian, have a great night. Enjoy the square dancing. Maybe square dancing with your dogs. We'll talk to you later.
I got to stay inside. We got icy roads out here.
Oh, no.
Square dancing with the dogs tonight. But, hopefully the dogs are barking. It's Friday night, and I definitely love the dogs, that's for sure.
That's right. I love his dogs. All right, Brian, have a great night. Catch up with you Monday.
Thanks, Tony. Catch you Monday.
Catch you Monday. Brian Bitler here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Up next, we got Rod Zawacky. Catch Rod over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Rod right now. I think we're set to go NHL coverage here from Rod. Bring him in right now. Ready to roll. Rod, what's happening?
Hey, not too much, Tony. It's Friday, and I'm excited. It's big weekend of action. Small schedule tonight, but hey, wait till the Saturday and Sunday schedule. Loaded card tomorrow, dozen hockey. Big college card as always. Some nice, good NFL playoff action as well. So I'm excited for the weekend ahead, Tony.
Yeah, big weekend coming up, no doubt about that. And we get to the NHL tonight here as 1 of 4 games on the card has Hurricanes hosting Red Wings. Hurricanes 215, total 6.5.
Yeah, and look at the Hurricanes in this one. Going to be Ranta getting the start, making his 3rd straight start for the Hurricanes in this one. He's 9-6-2 this year with a 3.28 goals against average and ugly 869 save percentage. So he's struggling. We'll give his due. His last couple starts have been not so bad, but definitely Hurricanes missing Anderson in goal, missing him getting hurt, and that's who they figured were going to be the key guy this season. And it started back we remember way back that West Coast trip, but it's continued all season long for these Hurricanes, giving up goals. And guess what? This Red Wings team is starting to roll. Alex Leon's going to get the start here for the Red Wings in this one, and he's playing lights out in goal. 5-0-1 in his last 6 starts. As Alex been 2.62 goals against and a 927 save percentage. And you're going to give us almost double our money for a team that's playing much better hockey right now. I'm going to go with the Red Wings here all day. Both teams playing pretty good, 7-2-1 in the last 10, but there's just too much value here to pass up with the Red Wings team that's won their last 3 hockey games, 6 of the last 7 hockey games. Yeah, give me the Red Wings in this one.
All right, Rod, before we talk about this game and get your bonus, let's go right to Pick Dogs. We're hitting the witching hour here. Rod has been on absolute tear. 1,616 units of profit for the year. Been on absolute fire. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Over at Pick Dogs Premium, I've got, it's Friday, so it's Steak Friday. In the Steak Friday package, I've got my NBA drop-a-dime play. We've hit 13-3 in the last of those ones to start the year. I've got my NHL Sniper play on the go in that package, and the college basketball slam dunk You can get all those places singly, or grab the steak Friday package and let's have a big massive weekend together. Grab a 3-day pass. You get Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and you get a whole lot included from Monday's action as well. So jump aboard. Let's have ourselves a big weekend. Fresh in the books. You see off to the next start, 2024. We're going to keep rolling this weekend.
Keep it rolling. Rod Zawacky, guys. As you see, great results in 2024. Great results for the last 30 days, last 7 days. 666, number of the beast. That's Rod Zawacky. He's been a beast against the sports books right now, so get on board. Number of the beast right there, 666. Continue to knock him out in the last 7 days. Get the long-term pass. All right, Rod, back to this game here. As we were talking about this Red Wings team. Yeah, what a West Coast trip they had. Beating up on Anaheim, San Jose, LA. A lot of one-goal games, but as you said, it's all the defense. Look at all the 3s and 2s they're giving up.
Yep, the Red Wings are starting to play some defense, and Alex Leon in goal has been lights out. He's been a bright, shiny spot for this Red Wings team. It's just missed a premium card, but I like it. As the days went on, I've watched this line change, and a lot of people jumping on the Hurricanes here in this one. I think too many. I think they're underestimating how good this Red Wings team really is.
No doubt about that, right? It's a change here for this Red Wings team, man. They're winning a lot of the games. They're winning here on this nice plus number. Look at all this plus number. Look at the units returned. Look at all this plus. This must be one of the most profitable team in the year when I'm looking at all this plus cashing from this Red Wings team this year. It's been pretty impressive of late.
Oh, big money.
Yeah.
Right? As of late, they're starting to pour it on, and the books haven't adjusted yet, so keep getting Red Wings.
Yeah, that's right.
The books will adjust, because they won't keep taking a beat. And I know I hit them last time, as it was my NHL sniper play of the day, and they beat Florida. I figured Alex Leon he played for Florida last season, right? So I figured that was his first trip back into Florida. I figured against his old team, he would step up. And guess what? He did. Got himself a nice win here, and I think they come into Carolina and get it. Tough place to play, Carolina. That's why people have been betting them. They went up. They're up to 215 now. That's too much.
Yeah, they got stuck with this.
I don't trust Ranta. I don't trust Ranta in goal. He's got an 869 save percentage, and the way this Red Wings team is lighting the lap. Good luck.
Yeah, they're making the run right now after the tough scheduling spot to start the season. They got some home cooking, shorter distance road trips. They've been able to get their legs here, and you know they will pound you to death with this checking. But Rod's here on the Red Wings plus 189 here against Hurricanes. Rod, you got anything on bonus?
Yeah, hold on. I like Quinnipiac tonight against Siena. I see the line. It opened and it's moved up. It's up to 5.5 in spots. I think Quinnipiac wins by double digits. Siena's awful this season. Even on the road, Quinnipiac's the better team. Double digits, take Quinnipiac in college hoops tonight. Love it.
There you go. A lot of discussions. We won't give it out, but a lot of discussions before the show with the zips and flashes. We're getting a lot of discussion before the show, Rod.
We were right, and I think it's one of those games. Zips, it's going to be a good game. I'm actually, now that we've discussed it a little more, I'm going to tune into this. That one just missed the premium too. I think the Flashers definitely got a shot at upsetting the Zips. Because I just look at the schedule and I think the Kent State, sure they've looked good in spots, they've looked bad in spots, but I think their little strength of schedule is just a little bit better. And they show up for this one here.
Well, Rod, when you have your 17 game home streak snapped. That makes you mad, right?
Yeah, exactly, right. So you're gonna come back, and you're gonna come back the next game out and be like, you're gonna be a little bit mad, and they're gonna put a little more effort. That whole crowd will give you a little bit of a boost as well.
That's right. They're gonna come out.
I think they got a shot.
I know who's gonna be. The coach will be mad.
The coach will be all right.
Yeah.
Flash it.
Come on, the crowd's gonna flash them and get them going. There you go, the golden flashes. There you go. All right, Rod. Everybody,
I got one more bonus for you.
All right.
Yeah, one more. The team behind you. You see the Kings?
Yes, Kings.
Guess who they play tomorrow night?
We teased that right with the Rangers. So you have some inside info for that game, right?
But and when I dug into it, it's sure in Vegas. They went right to LA. No hangover in Vegas. You know why? because I think it's not confirmed yet, but I think they start Jonathan Quick in this.
Oh,
I think
yes.
I think the New York Rangers come in and they start Jonathan Quick, place in his old team of the Rangers. The Rangers get this to win. The way the Kings have been playing, they've been playing awful at home. They play awful. I think Quick steps up and stands on his head.
Yeah, they're looking like the Suitor Kings. They're looking like the last year of the Suitor Kings again. They turned into the Suitor Kings. They turned into.
Because look what happened. The Rangers did us dirty. They didn't even show up. They didn't even get on the bus in Vegas. So what happened? I think the flight landed in Vegas, and then they partied. We're like, oh, wait, we got a game to play, boy. Okay. And they rushed. They played the game, got whooped by Vegas, and then they flew to LA. We're like, oh, okay, we'll make this. Hey, quick. I think don't tell anybody. You can get in there. You can beat your old team.
They beat him. Remember, he broke a win streak, right? Kings had this. He broke that big road win streak for the Kings, right? They had that big.
He did. Yeah, he did. So I think you get double revenge out of this season. Be like, oh, well, let me go, will you? Now look who you got. You got Talbot in there.
So it's definitely this is a business trip to LA. It's a business trip to LA, and with Quick in there, it's even more. Wow, that's a big spot there. All right, so there we go. Bonus from Rod. Okay, Rod, everybody know. I know you're gonna be hard at work after this segment because you got a lot of NHL to cover on your A to Z coverage. Also catch it on the weekends as well over at with your video series over at Pick Dogs.
Yeah, definitely make sure you like, subscribe. That way you get notified when the news content drops. I got a dozen hockey videos going tomorrow, plus a parlay video. And yeah, definitely tune in the morning. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday, both shows. Be exciting, big loaded NFL playoff weekend. Obviously, we're going to butt some heads, I bet you, on that morning shows. And I'm sure there's a few games we're not going to agree on.
Well, that's right.
So definitely, you want to tune into those and definitely enjoy. Hit that button, smash that
like button. Give us that thumbs up. You got it. All right, Rod. I'll let you roll. I know you got a lot of videos to get rolling on, and we'll catch up with you again Monday on the drive-through.
Hey, aren't you joining us too? Didn't I?
I am on Saturday. Yeah, tomorrow I'm joining. Special appearance. I got on the invite list finally on the Skype invite list for that show.
Nice. See, definitely want to tune in. We'll see. Even Tony will be tuning in with it. As you see on the drive-through, you'll see a lot of us there, but you'll see Tony on the other side for a change.
Oh yeah, I'll be on the other side now. I know.
Tony in the other role.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, it'll be good. You definitely want to this weekend. Tune in, everybody. Good luck with your rest tonight, and we will catch you. See you tomorrow, Tony.
See you tomorrow. Rod Zawacky here on the drive-through. I'll be on the morning show tomorrow, guys. It's 10 a.m. Eastern time. I got my two alarms already set for 5 a.m. for that show. No hike for me or cycling tomorrow. It's Sunday, so I can make this Saturday show. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. We're going to go to the recap, then we'll get to my pick. My pick starts in about 7 minutes, but we'll go to the recap right now. We'll recap the plays from today's show. Let's go to the recap. All right, we start with Jay. Jay likes the Pacers lay the 8 against Trailblazers. Mills with on the Suns money line plus 110 against the Pelicans. Jovan says Hornets lay the 4.5 against the Spurs. Brian was the Heat lay the 7 against the Hawks. Rod says Red Wings plus 189 against Hurricanes. And, of course, I'll be on the Magic plus 5 against the 76ers. What I like the most, I know that line still, I know Brian said 11.5. Are you guys seeing 11.5? I'm still showing in my line services, my live screens, both of my line services showing still 7 in that game. So we know Trae Young's not playing. So that one I like the most. Boy, I'm torn between these two. I can see a big effort by Charlotte here with that with a ball back in there. I'm going to go that route here with Hornets lay the 4.5 with ball. They did beat Boston home with ball. They beat Washington, and then of course this is his Ball's first home game coming back from the injury. Remember they were on the road 3 games, and Spurs just sorry road team this year. So we'll go. So that's how I'll roll here. Go back to my game here. 76ers the Magic, and this one is starting about 5 minutes from now. We're going to be on the Magic here plus 5. Is it 5.5 now? Yeah, there are 5s there. You can find 5.5s, but I put 5s. But 5s are more relevant here. So 5 here in this game. It really comes down to the Philadelphia's defensive performance on the road this year. They don't defend quite as sharp on the road as they do at home, and we know the Orlando Magic is a really good defensive team. And really what it comes down to is that you look at Philadelphia allowing 114 points per 100 possessions on the road. Orlando at home, 4th in defensive efficiency, allowing 108 points per 100 possessions and a plus 7.5 net rating at home. And Philadelphia has given up over 47% shooting away from home. We'll take Orlando here, plus the points. All right, guys, that'll do it for this edition here of the drive-thru. Make sure you tune again here Monday. We'll do it all over again. Bring in our cappers for Pig Dogs and Sports Chat place to go with their plays in real time. Remember to always get started with that morning show. Now the weekend, 10 a.m. each time Saturday. You want to tune in for the weekend shows. We got Jay. We also have Mitch on there. We got Chris. Of course, a lot of the folks you see on the drive-thru will be on there in the weekend, so make sure you tune in. And of course, we always have all these great video series here with Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Bane Tool shows his roundtable discussion with the professionals, Jay's jam session, NBA, NFL. We also have with thinking about the morning shows and our video series. We also have Chris with his wraparound NHL. Also, we got Rod, A to Z coverage from the NHL. Every game on the board, a pick as well as a parlay. He's hard at work right now for that big card for Saturday, but we still got the games for tonight up there you guys can check out. Also, we got Romanelli College Basketball Rundown. We also have Big Al McMorty with his all access for you. Also, Costi Sharp Trading Plays. We also have Nick Menken First Half NBAs. Brad Francis with his parlay videos. Against the public betting with Dana Lane. Contrarian Plays here from Brian Bitler with his video series here on the board. So you guys make sure you check it out. Of course, we can't forget the Prop Shop with Millz and his UFC Rundown. So lots of great content here, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so when we're live, you're live with us to get the best numbers. Shout out to the chat room tonight. Doubles, appreciate your contributions. Blake as well. Ray Tucci at there as well. Guys are putting in the picks here. Ramon here likes the Hornets there in that one. I'm agreeing with that one as well. Doubles likes today. His show pick today is Islanders Blackhawks under 6. That's his show pick. Shout out to John Stewart in there. Yes, the yellow is in here as well. Nicholas Handy. We mentioned Blake Sleepy in there as well. Our man Lando 86. Matt D says his show pick is laying the 7.5 here. Taking Denver tonight. That's his show pick as well. Jokic over 21 rebounds with our man Mr. 91. Who else do we have in here? Felipe Burnell in here as well. Shout out to you as well. Tyrese, his show pick today is the Pelicans. J-Man's show pick is the Chicken Nuggets all day for him as well. So lots of great content, guys. Appreciate everyone's contributions and chiming in with your show pick here. And let's see, it goes Masterson McMast. Thanks for your great compliments here on the show. Our man Jack Boy, Robert Pitts, Nicholas Handy. Shout out Alex Santos in here as well. His show pick is the Ravens money line. Oh, right. That's a big number. Laying that. All right. J-Man 45 show pick is Merrimack Lane, the 6.5. Matt D coming in with some more picks, guys. Appreciate everyone's picks here in the chat. Going once. Last call for your picks. All right. That's going to do it for the show, guys. Thanks for joining us. Another great week. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight. Wave goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great afternoon.